Good morning, dear students. Today topic is to discuss about the brand positioning, the third module in your strategic brand management. So you people know what is exactly the positioning is. So we are going to associate positioning word with the brand. So we came to know what exactly brand also. Brand is a symbol, name, color or combination of all these attributes. Positioning means in order to make a unique place in a customer's mind about the product and services is called as a positioning. So according to Acker brand identity model we discussed in the previous class. So according to him, brand positioning means it is a part of brand identity and value proposition that is to be actively communicated to the target audience and that demonstrate an advantage over competing brand. So that is the same thing. Positioning is going to mention its definition. Actually it is a part of brand identity and value proposition, and which is going to communicate all this value proposition and part of brand identity, everything to the target audience, and it is going to try to explain the target audience what are the advantages of their product and services when you are making a comparison with competing brand. So some of the major objectives of brand positioning are to be recognized. The brand need to be recognized. That is the major objectives of the brand positioning. And to be rebranded. So any products are out of market and out of customer mind, in the sense people are trying to recall or re-recognize that particular product and brand is called as a rebranded. Okay, so to provide brand sleuth means to give a comprehend information to the particular group of the customers about their product and services or they are unique in a market environment. And next, to help brand judgment, judging in the sense the customers before purchasing a product, he or she should be knowing completely about the features of that particular product or that particular brand, so that the company or the marketer is going to take a necessary steps to make aware about their product in the customer's mind, so that the customers may judge the product. So in that way the brand positioning is going to help to judge the brand. So this is about brand positioning. Next we'll check out the 3C of brand positioning. One is customers, competitors and company. So it will be like this: customer, company and competitor. So who are the customers? A product will not be successfully positioned unless the answer to this basic question. What is that basic question? What is target customers most pressing problem? Okay, try to understand what is target customer most pressing problem. Notice here this question is all about the problem. Question ask about the problem but not the problem, or they are facing a problem. No, what about the problem? So what is your problem? Product is not good. That is a basic problem. What is not good? The taste is not good. So you need to identify the problem first, about the problem first, not exactly the problem. You should know what about the problem. So when you know about the problem, the company can give a preferences for manufacturing of a product and services which is going to meet the requirements of the customers needs and wants, so that the customers need to be identified properly, the target audience need to be identified properly, identify what about the problem, and then you are going to try to fill that particular gap. And next one is competition. Of course differentiation is critical to make a successful positioning of a product. In marketing context, positioning is a battle for one's mind. Okay, so when you are making a positioning of a brand, you are not only the company, or you are not only the brand in a market. We are having so many brands in a market, and how you are going to make your product different from the others, that is a challenging task. So accepting these challenges and giving a unique product, so you may skilled enough and you are more competitive enough to face your competitors. And the next is company. Through analysis, a firm attempts to identify strength and weakness to satisfy the potential target customers needs and expectation. So the company itself makes its SWOT analysis, what is their strength and opportunity, and tries to meet the needs and wants of the customer. So it is not only satisfying the customer's needs to produce the product and services, it need to keep in mind whether this product and services comes under the mission and the goals of the firm. So can I produce this particular product, is it comes under the mission and objectives of the company? So you need to keep that also in the mind and identify your target customer expectation. According to that, you need to make a production activity. So these are three C's of your brand positioning. Next is process of brand positioning. We have competitors identification, evaluation of competitors position, customers preferences, positioning decision, and monitoring the position. These are the basic steps involved in a brand positioning. So any company may include or exclude some of the steps here. It is not hard and fast rule, all the companies need to follow a brand positioning process exactly. So okay, first one is competitor identification. So very basic steps it is. You need to identify the customer. As I told you, only those who produce similar or alternative products is not only the competitors is existing competitors also and potential competitors also. The marketer must consider all likely competitors as well as various effects of use and situation on the consumers, and how the competitors are going to make a attract of your customer, on what season and what strategy they are going to use. All the study towards the competitors you need to do. So competitors will not always compete together with you or hand by hand with you. So they will be having their own strategy to enter the market, to attract the customers, everything. So you need to have a complete study or the research how the competitors are entering and how their strategies are implemented in a market. So you need to identify your competitors. And the next one is evaluation of the customers. In the sense, you need to determine how they are pursued by the consumer. Means either these competitors products are making more impact on the customer's mind or not, and how the customers are having their perception towards a competitor's product and services. So you need to evaluate that first, and if they are having a positive impact, means competitors brands are making more positive impact, in the sense the strategy need to be built in such a way making those customers to turn back to your brand. So if it is a negative impact, definitely you no need to worry, the customers themselves they are going to make a changes of the brand if the changing cost is very less. So that is how you are going to evaluate your competitors. Next one is competitors position. Determine how much each competitor is positioned with respect to each attributes. Each attributes in the sense the brand attributes, either it is a performance, quality, or a value, or the service delivered by that particular brand. Everything you go and evaluate. Means how they are positioned. Is it because of the quality, is it because of the performance, is it because of the value? Where exactly they are positioned strongly in customers mind. So that you need to identify. So that makes you to make a stronger product and services, which also make a more impact on the customers mind. Next is customers preferences. So you need to identify customer preferences. Actually, how we are going to make a customer preferences, in the sense make a distinguished group of the customer based on their lifestyle, purchase motivation, demographic differences. We are going to call it as market segmentation, so segmentation need to be done, and each segment how they are going to concentrate on a product and services comes in a market. Is it because of price, is it because of the quality, either it is because of performance, like that. So everybody will not like only the performance, everybody will not like only the value of the product. We'll be having a different set of the customers. So you need to make a segmentation based on preferences of the customer, and then how the competitors are going to make an impact on each segment. Okay, next one is positioning decision. So conducting research, marketing research is not only enough to take decision towards to position the products and the brands in a market. You need to get a more insight. You need to take more subjective judgments actually. So rather depending on surveys and rather depending on market research, you need to pull out the information both from internal sources and external sources of the business. And the next is monitoring the positioning. So once the product is positioned in the customer mind, it is not going to be end. The brand positioning process is not going to be end. Again, it is a cyclical process. You need to monitor how many customers are in touch, how many customers still purchasing a product, how many customers are left purchasing of a product, how many customers are deviating from purchasing our own brands. Everything you need to monitor, and you need to find out the reason why the customers are leaving our brands. And if you are identify those problem, you can give a better services and product to your customer, and that is called as brand repositioning in a market. And next concept we have brand positioning error. Before going to types of positioning, you will understand what exactly brand positioning error. We are having 5 types. Actually it is irrelevant. Position is not confined now. We'll check under positioning, over, confused, double positioning. Okay, so first one is under positioning. So under positioning of product or a brand means fail to present a strong central benefit or reason why to buy the product. Means company is failed to convince the customers that why should customers should purchase the product. You are failure to explain the benefit, explain the value, explain the performance of a particular product. So that is called as a under positioning. I just quoted an example of solar lamp. Even though it is having so many advantages, this product is not fastly moving in a market. So that is why it is under positioned. And next we have over positioning. Okay, marketers makes the product too special and the potential customer group becomes too small. Okay, so these are the product designed only for a special type of a buyer. We can call it as a premium priced product also. I just quoted an example of the Aquasure. It is going Aquasure, any type of water purifier you can take an example. It is a premium product, only special set of buyers are going to purchase those products. So that is called as a over positioning. And next one is confused positioning. Okay, by claiming two or more benefit that contradict each other. I just quoted a next computers here. It is out of in a customer's mind. You will be telling both pros and cons of product, and too many benefits and too many claims on your own product, and means you are not telling naturally, you are exaggerating the thing, and customer himself will confuse either these benefits and this performance are going to be delivered by the product or not. So don't confuse the customers. What is your product features or the product attributes, you just explain. Otherwise it will become whatever you are going to communicate, the customers will be in a confusion mode. Don't confuse the customers. And next we are having doubtful positioning. Again here, a slight difference between confusing and doubtful here. Claiming a benefit that customer will doubt that brand can actually deliver. We are having a Fair and Lovely also, we are having Emami also. So which one to go? I doubt Fair and Lovely is going to be do this. I doubt Imami is going to do this. So Imami, it was only for the talcum powder, but Fair and Lovely, it was from then for fairness cream. The name is for a fairness cream. So Imami is also having its own market positioning, and Fair and Lovely is also having its own marketing positioning. So which one to go, which one is going to perform well? So that is called as doubtful positioning. So if you have any doubt, you can contact me anytime. So we are in a third module of brand positioning. Thank you all.